volunteers. Thank you for all the distributors across the country. Thank you for Dr. Ross. I shouldn't have named the name because there's so many to name. But thank you all for doing and being part of Wakanda. As Ernestine says, you are Wakanda. So I'm going to get out of the way and bring up our founder, our president, our evangelist, our almost fourth-term state senator here in Illinois, my sister, my friend, my mentor. Dr. Pat, you out there, girl?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, Phyllis. I tell you, we had some kind of party yesterday, some kind of party all week with Wakanda, and I'm sure that a lot of people are feeling it right about now.
You right about that?
We don't get
Morning, Wakanda Nation. Steph Taylor, Chicago.
Thought we were muted out, but hey, Steph.
Hey.
All right, guys.
I don't know.
Taking this time,
Dr.
Pat.
I thought you knew. So if I was going to ask you to kind of help me.
At this time, I'm going to manually mute out, Dr. Pat.
Yeah, I was helping. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I don't know, it's just a little slow today. I guess
Yeah,
a lot of people are today after having all that fun this week. I tell you.
Guys, if you're not muted, please mute your lines. I'm trying to do it manually, but it's taking a minute.
Yeah. Got it?
I hope. Yep.
All right. I was just saying how that after having all that fun, everybody's probably a little bit on the tired side right now. And that's great. I tell you, Wakanda knows how to put on an event. I've been to a lot of online events. Nothing can compare to what happens in the Wakanda conferences. Nothing. Just powerful to see all the thought and effort that's been put into it, and the work that's been put into it to bring it to a certain state. And I just love that about Melissa, Dr. Rita, and Phyllis, our phenomenal Phyllis Nash. I just love that about the founders, how they have a spirit of excellence, and they desire to bring the best of the best to us. I feel good when I take my CBD because it works for me. It reduces the pain that I feel in my hips and in my back. So it significantly reduces that pain. And I know that when I'm getting my products from Wakanda, I know that I'm getting a high quality product, because that's something that's like a value of the company, is to bring quality to the marketplace. So often you go places and they're trying to figure out how to water stuff down, how to water things down so that they can make more money. But I tell you, Wakanda has consistently worked to bring the highest quality products to us. And we saw the same thing with the event. That's a high quality event. They have that kind of talent, have that kind of knowledge in one place. It's powerful experience. And you know what? Getting a chance to be around people who are thinking on a whole different level and seeing things differently than we are, if they're up, going up higher than us, and they're thinking and elevated in their thinking, that brings up our emotional state, so that our emotional state becomes elevated. And all of a sudden, we start believing we can do things, we can have much greater outcomes in our future because of our emotional state. That's why we have to protect ourselves. It's a scripture in the Bible that says, guard your heart, for out of it are the issues of life. It meant basically guard your mind, your thinking, what you allow to get in your heart, because your whole life is going to be directed by what gets into your heart. And so when we have opportunities like what Wakanda provides, every morning, Phyllis is here working hard to be sure that we get to elevate our emotional state. Because if she knows that if we can elevate our emotional state, like she said, one day a light bulb is going to come on. And she said, one day the light's going to come on and you're going to be able to see things you've never been able to see. And all of a sudden, you're going to be able to do what you said you wanted to do. And you're going to look back and say, was it really just that easy? That's what she said. That's her statement. And that's why she's here every week. I mean, every day, Monday through Friday, working hard to elevate our emotional state. Because when we get in an elevated emotional state, we can do all kinds of things. Now, I was sharing with someone just the other day about how our emotions will rise in spite of the fact that we know the thing that we are dealing with is not that important, you know. So if you hear a loud sound, quite naturally, you become very alert. All your you become present for something. Then it turns out that, you know, somebody dropped a pot on the floor. It meant nothing. But you were already there. Your whole emotional, physical, biological self, everything, spiritual, natural, all came together and became alert because of that loud sound. Well, that's exactly what Phyllis is talking about when she says that one day you're going to just be on and you're going to hear what you've been hearing, but all of a sudden it's going to mean something different to you. And all of your emotional abilities and capacities, spiritual, your mind, your body, everything is going to align because it's going to say, it's something here that I got to do. And when that happens, you can see right through the problem. All the challenges you've had to get your business where you want to go, you will be able to see right through those challenges. And all of a sudden, you see the way out. You know what to do. And like Phyllis said, you're going to ask yourself, was it really that easy? Because it's easy. At that point, it's easy for you. But at another point in your life, it wasn't. So what does that say? That says that we have to protect our state, our emotional state. We have to protect our minds. We cannot allow ourselves to be around people who drag us down. We have to make sure that we are working to be around people who are lifting us up, not just with words, but with action as well. I mean, caring about us, because that makes us care about other people. When you shown love, it makes you want to show love to other people, because you have what you have is you feel is really good, and you want other people to experience it. So we have to fight to keep our emotional state elevated, because if we don't, we'll fall for anything. And and we have to make sure that as we elevate that emotional state, that is for something that is effective, something that's good, something that's going to help us move to a different level. Because other than that, we'll be blown away, blown around by all the winds, the storms, what comes on the TV, what comes on the radio, what your neighbor just did. All those things will blow you all over the world until your last day, when you get to the end of your life and look back, that you and say to yourself, is this really what I meant to do? And if you can look down there and see that the answer is no, then you need to come back to the present right now and begin to think about, what do I need to get where I say I want to go? Because you know what I'm doing ain't gonna get me there. Okay. That's what we talk about, that connection that you make. When all of a sudden you understand that there were things you could do and things that you can see. There are things you could have done and things you can see right now that can get you to another state, to get you to another place, to bring you to the level of success that you want. Now, one thing I want you all to think about, and that is, how much money do you need to be comfortable? For you to be comfortable, not just comfortable like, okay, I got food and water. I'm talking about comfortable to be able to travel, to give, to go to conferences, to get educated, go back to school. How much money do you need for that to happen, for you to feel real good about yourself? Now, sometimes people say, oh, I need millions and millions. But why do you need millions and millions? That's the question. Why do you need millions and millions? Well, because I want to do lots of stuff. Okay, lots of stuff like what? So what I'm saying to you is that when you think about what it is you need to know why you need it. That's part of waking up. When Phyllis is talking about waking up, it's part of knowing why you need it. Why do you need $1 million? Maybe all you need is $70,000 a year on top of what you already got. Maybe that's what you need. And if that's what you need, then that gives you, at least when you know that's what you need, it gives you the momentum to go in the direction that you know you need to go in. Too often we set these big goals, these big dreams, with no type of plan of action or anything to put behind it. That's why people become millionaires many times and find out they're empty, that they're broke, that they're emotionally spent, and they're spiritually spent. And they, even though they got all this money, they've lost everything else they wanted to get. So what am I saying today? I'm saying today, when we come to places like Wakanda, we get inspired. Our attention comes together, and we actually find ourselves in a good place emotionally. And when we get in that good place emotionally, we also mute these people that's muted. When we get to that good place emotionally, we can do things we've never been able to do. So we have to protect our state and not let ourselves be blown around by every and anything. But even a larger point that I'm making is that know what it is that you need. Know what it is that you need. If you say, I want to go Ruby, how many points do you have to go Ruby? And how many CVs do you have to go Ruby? Ruby. How many legs do you need? How many people need to be in it? What do they need to generate? I want you to see your world. I want you to see yourself in your world operating. That's why I'm saying when you set the goal about how much money you need, then don't just go crazy and say I need $10 million. Just think about what it is that it's going to make you comfortable. I know for me and my husband, we need to at least have $3 million, $2 million in the bank when we decide we're going to retire. We at least need to have that. So that's what my mind is. Okay, how do I make sure? Because we're comfortable now. We have everything we need. We can go where we want to go. We can do what we want to do, eat what we want to eat. We can do all that now, buy any clothes we want. So after you can only wear one set of clothing at a time, drive one car at a time, sleep in one bed at a time, wear one pair of pajamas at a time. You can have 50 pairs of pajamas, but you can only wear one at a time. We are comfortable. But we also know what we need in order to be able to retire and walk away from everything that we're doing. We need to have $2 million. We need to have liquid cash in the bank because things change. And it don't have to be cash, it can be crypto too. So what am I saying? That I'm saying if you're going somewhere, you need to know where you're going. That way, when you hear the words that you need to hear and your emotional state is elevated, you can connect it to something that's real. You can connect that higher, advanced emotional state to, oh, I need 5 people in this leg. I need 5 people to buy a pack. That's what I need. You can connect that high emotional state to something that is tangible, something that you can do. Because other than that, you're just going to be feeling fantastic, good, and all that, and that's fine. That's fine. And then you're going to go back to your regular life, and then next time we have one, you'll feel fantastic, great, which is fine because everybody needs an outlet. Everybody needs somewhere to go. But for those of you that have a dream, that have goals, that have a plan for your life, that want to do something in your life, what I'm saying to you today is that time and chance happens to us all. A time and a chance comes to us, or we all get to a point, a place, a time where we are our emotional state is elevated and we feel like we can do anything. I'm just saying, when you get there, make sure you know what you need to do to get where you want to go. And you need to do that now. You can't wait till you get to the height state to decide what you need to do, what you need to go. You already know what you need to do, what you need. Now you need to figure out how to go about getting it done. So when that higher state kick in, you'll be able to do nothing but pull a trigger and let her run because everything that you said will be coming your way because you got that kind of power. So I'm Dr. Pat, and I'm always going to be here inspiring you to rise to purpose. Remember, you have everything you need to achieve the dreams that you want to achieve. Write it down. Write it down. Have a Wakanda kind of day. Bye now.